Guys and girls, what is going on? Thank you so much for coming back to check out the channel. I am OneVideoGameDude, and tonight is gonna be a crazy night. It's gonna be a stacked night filled with a lot of crazy news we need to get into, you guys. We're talking Nintendo Switch OLED. We're talking Metroid Dread. There's a reason why we were not able to get that Halo Xbox last week. We're gonna explain exactly what happened and why it went down. And 20th year anniversary of Xbox. Who's excited for it, man? I'm ready for it. And also, we're gonna open up the public Discord where you guys can come on live with me, with your boy OneVideoGameDude, because like I said it once and I'll say it again, this is not only my channel, this is our channel, you guys. And you guys are a very, very important part of us still being able to do this. So thank you guys so much for the support. Without further ado, let's go. Yeah, buddy. If you guys follow me on Twitter at OneVideoGameDude, then you know that I had a crazy day. I usually do not go out at all on Saturdays. I work Monday through Friday, and then I usually just vegetate at home when I can, you know, unless I have to get food and stuff like that. But today was a day I had to leave the house. Why? Well, I had the Metroid Dread amiibos ready to pick up, and I needed to pick those up. So I did. I also wanted to get my hands on Far Cry 6, but you know, I'm not a rich man, I'm not a wealthy man, so I needed to trade in some games. So I was like, okay, well, I got a $5 credit at GameStop, and I got some games, like older games I can trade in, and I really want to try Far Cry 6, so I was like, I guess I'll go to the GameStop store. I don't like going out in public. Am I alone in that? How many of you guys in the chat like to go out in public? I hate it. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. Anyways, with that said, how's everything going? Let me say what's up to you guys, and then we'll get into our gaming news stories of the evening. Jay Bay with the $4.99 super chat. Let's go. Thank you. Jay Bay says $4.99. Donated $4.99 and says happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Jay Bay. Without the super chatters like Jay Bay, Jason Bourne, Al Bundy, I simply would not be able to be giving away a Halo Xbox, which I'm giving one away. If you guys want to know how to win one, it's in the description down below. And thank you to the latest subscriber, Binary Spaceman. Welcome to the crew, my friend. Welcome to the crew, man. And we're going to talk about Metroid Dread. You know, Metroid Dread came out yesterday, and I personally was very hyped for it. You guys can let me know in the chat, how did you get Metroid Dread? Did you buy it? And did you get a Nintendo Switch OLED? Now, so let's talk about Metroid Dread. It is a freaking amazing game, you guys. I played it for 6 hours last night, and I'm here to tell you that it's worth the money. 100% worth the money. Don't even doubt yourself. If you're even remotely interested in Metroid, the franchise, just buy it, you guys. I'm telling you, there is like so much love. There is so much nostalgic Nintendo love in the game. I've had so much fun with it, you guys, and oh, I don't even want to ruin it for you, but the fights that you have with these MI, they're called MI, right? The EMMI. Oh boy, it's not just a regular fight. It goes into like a really big cinematic kind of version of it, man, and I freaking dig it so much. I can't wait to play it tonight, later on tonight, you guys. I'm just you know, and I tweeted about this last night. That was one of my brother's most favorite franchises, and I felt him with me as we were playing, or I was playing Metroid Dread, man. Oh boy, I freaking love it. I love it, you guys. It's my Nintendo Switch game of the year, and I don't even know what else we're gonna see on the Switch this year, but that's mine. And speaking of Nintendo Switch OLED, and you guys can let me know in the chat if you disagree with me, right, about that. But and speaking of Nintendo Switch OLED, yesterday it was the release day for Nintendo Switch OLED, and we had so many chances for you guys to get your own. I can't even count, and I was tweeting like a madman. I was really surprised that I didn't lose any. I did lose followers yesterday, I lost like 5 followers, but then I gained like 10 back. So people really were looking for the Nintendo Switch OLED, and you guys can let me know in the chat if you were able to secure yours, because it was something that, you know, we streamed it on the channel, what was it, like 2 months ago, where they had announced it, and then we started seeing pre-orders come in. The first 3 days of pre-orders were going like really hard. I mean, they were in stock for like 3 days straight, especially via Target, right? And then all of a sudden the restocks stopped. Well, last night, you guys, and yesterday, we correctly predicted on the channel that yesterday was a really busy day for Nintendo Switch OLED restock. So hopefully you were able to get yours. If not, I'm still gonna try to help you guys. I'll still tweet out the alerts on Twitter at 1VideoGameDude, especially getting closer to December, which is something I want to talk to you guys about in a little bit. But for everyone who got their Nintendo Switch OLED, congratulations. And I had one pre-ordered. Unfortunately, as fate would have it, you know, I had to cancel mine. I had the white one pre-ordered from Best Buy. I had to cancel mine, you guys, and I'm gonna be transparent with you all, okay? I'm just gonna be completely transparent with you guys, and I'll go ahead and read the chats in a little bit. You know, I'm not the wealthiest guy. You know, if I was Mr. Beast, I would have kept the pre-order and I would have given maybe like 5 away. I simply do not make that much money. You know what I mean? From YouTube anyways. So if you guys follow my channel, you know that I had to get a new TV 4 months ago. It was about 4 months ago. It's about to be 5. I had to get a new TV. And I ended up investing in an OLED TV. Okay, I have an OLED TV now, but that broke me, man. Guys, it broke me. It really did. And so I had to make a sacrifice. You know, I pay rent, I pay utilities, I pay gas, I pay my car, I pay for food. So it's like, it's not like I can casually walk into Best Buy and be like, hey guys, give me like, you know, give me your Nintendo Switch OLED. I got the money for it. I had to make a sacrifice, and when I bought the TV, I told myself, maybe if the time comes when the Nintendo Switch OLED comes out, I'm gonna cancel it, and that's what I did. So I've been enjoying Metroid Dread on my OLED TV, but when I take it on the go, I'm using my old Switch. And what I want to tell you guys really quick right now is that if you missed out on a Nintendo Switch OLED, and I've had a lot of people ask me on Twitter about this, they would DM me asking, hey, is it worth it? Well, it's worth it if you play your games on the go. It is definitely worth it, okay? Now, if you are a Nintendo Switch gamer that plays it at home and you play it, the majority of the time you play it docked, you don't need the Nintendo Switch OLED. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. The OLED is the biggest selling point in my opinion. You guys can let me know if you disagree. Is gonna make these colors pop. Now, the bad thing about Metroid Dread, there is a bad thing. It's not all flowers and roses, okay, you guys? There is a bad thing about Dread, and the bad thing is that it's capped at 1080p. You're not gonna get a 4K version of Metroid Dread. And if you're used to playing on Xbox Series X, if you're used to playing on PS5, you're gonna see a difference. Okay, I'm not even here to lie to you guys. You're gonna see a difference if you come from what we've been playing on PS5 and Series X on a 4K TV, and you downgrade to the Nintendo Switch. You're gonna see a difference. I've been seeing the difference, but the game is extremely fun, so I still recommend it. But with Halo, Xbox Series X was not obtainable. Some people, very, very few, were able to legitimately get a Halo Xbox on Thursday. Microsoft dropped it. It was a legitimate drop. Now, I tweeted about it. I tweeted about the second one. There was a second Microsoft drop on Thursday, and I tweeted about it, but I quickly retracted it. Why? Well, from my experience tracking these many restocks since December, I know when a cook group, if you do not know what a cook group is, I'll explain it to you guys in a little bit. I know when a cook group starts snatching consoles from us normies, okay? Us regular people. Microsoft unfortunately got they got attacked. I'm gonna go ahead and call it an attack. They got attacked on Thursday, and those two major Halo Xbox drops. And I'm telling you with 100% certainty. I'm 100% sure it happened, you guys. They got attacked by cook groups, okay? And what a cook group is, or crook group, a cook group is a group of scalpers that know how to buy up all the inventory using bots. I was extremely upset about it. Of course, I wasn't gonna you know, be yelling it out from the rooftops, but I did tweet about it on Friday morning. I knew that cook groups were getting these consoles, and so I deleted the tweet. As much as it hurt my heart, as much as it hurt me to do it, I wanted you guys to have a chance to get your Halo Xbox, and it freaking pissed me off. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was mad, you guys. I was angry as a man can be for the rest of Thursday night and the morning of Friday, because cook groups, freaking scalpers, stole the consoles from us. Where does that leave us? Well, I'm hoping by some miracle that Microsoft realizes this. And you know, cook groups are nothing new. It's starting to become a really popular thing, right? And I'll give you guys an update about these cook groups next Saturday. But right now, what I want to say is that I hope 100% that Microsoft realizes what happened. Their site got attacked by cook group bots. It happened, you guys. So if you did not get one during the 2 drops on Thursday, don't even blame yourself. You had nothing that you could do, basically. If you were being legitimate about it, if you were legitimately trying to get one for yourselves, you did nothing wrong. What the thing that happened that was really wrong was that cook groups took them. The last topic of the day, you guys, and that Xbox 20th year anniversary celebration is going pretty hard, you guys, and I would love to hear from you guys. Which Xbox 20th anniversary merch are you guys getting? Woo! There's a lot. And also, we're gonna open up the public Discord, and so it's pinned to the chat. If you guys want to join me, come on live with me right now and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. We're gonna open up the live chat channel on our Discord. A huge collection of merch, by the way. I'm fixing on getting this Halo 20 shirt. I'm looking to get this shirt. This is what I want. But what would you guys like? Would you get the coffee mug that has your gamer tag inscribed on them? Or the I'm sorry, it's a personalized tumbler, that's what they call them, but you can personalize it with your gamer tag. But I want this shirt like really bad. I'll go ahead and get the 3X to feel comfortable, but not right now though. And then they got hoodies, you guys. They got the 20th anniversary hoodie. It's sold out. Oh my god. Well, too late for me. Hopefully they restock this. They got pillows, hats, and all that good jazz. But the biggest freaking... I mean, I need it. I need this. If I don't get the shirt, if I don't get the hoodie, if I don't get the hat, if I don't get anything else related 20th anniversary, I need to get my hands on the freaking Adidas Xbox sneakers, you guys. This is looking slick. It's looking cool. And I need these Xbox shoes like yesterday. Let me know in the chat, you guys. Is this something you would like for me to actually track for you guys? I need the shoes, yo. I mean, my god. Come on. They look freaking amazing. So instead of going to work in bare feet, I can, you know, wear my Xbox shoes. Guys, so we are here live with 3 of our fellow subscribers on our YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. We got MDK God, aka Jason Bourne. We got Brandon White and Nonchalant. MDK God, I want to start with you, my friend. I wanted to ask you, man, about Metroid Dread. You know, it's capped at 1080p when docked. And it's also capped at 720p when undocked. Do you care?
I mean, Honestly, I don't know nothing about Metroid Dread, but the simple fact that you have an OLED screen, I mean, the Switch should be able to output 1080p via on the handheld mode. So I don't see why it's that hard.
Um, it should, but it doesn't. Because I mean, the Nintendo Switch OLED is exactly the same spec wise, other than the OLED screen. It's the same as the Switch, but yeah, I mean, do you find it weird that when you undock it, it gives you less resolution?
That's probably based on just the battery life of the system. That's that's what I'm thinking. I mean,
Oh,
that's the only thing I think of.
yeah. And Brandon White, do you think that's true, man? Is it based on the battery life? Is that why we're capped? Is that why our resolution is capped? Brandon White, what's going on, my friend? How's your night going? You're muted. I don't know if you're there, my dude.
We can
No,
hear him.
I can hear him.
We can hear him.
Oh, you can hear Brandon?
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear Brandon. What the hell am I doing wrong?
Yeah, he
Okay.
can't hear you, Brandon. We're figuring it out.
Oh, god dang it, Jason, what are you doing? Alright, hold up. Alright, Brandon. Well, if I don't know if you can hear us, man, but yeah, you're muted. But nonchalant, do you think that poses any kind of issue for you, man? Like the fact that Nintendo Switch OLED is still capped at 1080p?
Well, since I have a 1080p setup, that's all I can do. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, I don't have 4K or 4K OLED. I've tried 4K OLED on like PS5
Mm-hmm.
when I was visiting a family member in NYC, and maybe my eyes just aren't that sensitive to the change in resolution, but I don't really like until we get to 6K or 8K, I won't feel there's a significant enough leap in resolution for me to care, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, the undocked resolution, um, Jason Bourne hit on it. MDK God hit on it. Like it has to do with the battery life. If you pump out performance specs that are higher than 720p, 60 frames, or you go for higher frame rate, higher resolution, the device has to output more, like power, and then that affects battery life. And so Nintendo has to walk the line of, are we going to have this create better battery life, or are we going to have to do this thing where we pump out the best specs and then compromise on battery life? So they walk that line, right? The 720p dock really doesn't matter to me because on a 7-inch screen, the pixel density is such that like you actually get a better like pound for pound like output on your resolution on a portable 7-inch screen, right? And then you add OLED to it, and it's like I was watching the screen comparisons, right, from base Switch to OLED Switch, and it's like, man, the color contrast is killer on this device. Like I can play old games again just because they look better if I like them enough, right? So because of pixel density on a portable screen, resolution from 720p to 1080p doesn't really make a difference. And with that being said, like if you're on 4K or 4K OLED, you need a big enough TV for it to make a difference, right?
Yeah.
That's the general consensus. So, given the size and given battery life over like, better specs, like I think Nintendo is very calculated with this, and we just want what we want, right? Like if the Switch OLED was somehow better, but it didn't preserve battery life the way the Redbox Switch did, we would complain about that, right? People are always going to find something to complain about. I'd rather be happy with what I have, and so since I prioritize frame rate over resolution, the resolution really doesn't bother me.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are kind of like in the consensus where, well, MDK was telling me that he doesn't understand why and oh no, well, both of you guys came to the consensus that it's due to battery life, and I agree with that. I think the degradation of resolution is indeed due to battery life. So hopefully Nintendo can figure that out at one point or another. Brandon, I don't know if you're there, my dude. You're still muted, man. But
Yeah, I can hear you, Brandon.
You can?
Okay, well, yeah, Matt, we can hear Brandon, but for some reason you can't hear him.
That's so weird. Let me see.
Yeah,
Let me take a look real quick.
we're gonna have to communicate a little better.
Oh, I'm a fool. Hold up. um. Hey, Brandon, how's it going, my friend?
What's up, guys?
Hey, dude. So we're talking about Nintendo and Nintendo Switch OLED. Do you care, or what are your feelings about the fact that it's still capped at 1080p when docked and 720p when undocked?
Well, since the hardware inside the Switch OLED has not been really improved besides like the LAN port, and the Switch OLED is obviously a more handheld upgrade. It's capped at 1080p. So whether you have a OLED display or a LCD, if it can display 4K, it's not going to because of the limitations of
Right.
the Switch. That's
Yeah.
what I've come to.
Yeah, and I don't know how many of you guys played Dread already, but I'm not gonna lie, like it was a little bit jarring for me because, you know, I had just finished playing Apex Legends and then I fired up Metroid Dread and there was a very significant downgrade, man. And I love the game. It's still a really fun game, but there's gonna be a point in time where I'm like, okay, and like in my opinion, and let me know what you guys think. We'll start with MDK first, and then Brandon, and then Nonchalant. But for me, like I love Nintendo. I know Brandon says Nintendo is caca, but for me, but for me, I've been a Nintendo
I
fan.
didn't say that.
Yeah, you
No, I'm
didn't say that.
sorry,
MDK
MDK.
said that,
MDK
yeah.
said that. I'm sorry, Brandon. Brandon did not call Nintendo
It's all
caca.
good.
MDK called it caca. But in my opinion, like they kind of always been one step behind since the GameCube. And if you guys disagree, you can let me know. But MDK, what do you think about that? Do Nintendo always one step behind?
Yeah. So anybody in the chat that owns a Nintendo Switch or any other Nintendo system can just put it in the garbage right now. Just on the trash.
Good lord! That's the opinion you're gonna say. That's the thing you wanted to say. Okay, that's fair. Brandon?
Dude, I've always think they've been one step behind, but their exclusives keep pulling me back. And then the fact that they port PlayStation 1 games that are rare to find now to the system makes me want to play it. And then they're adding N64 and Genesis. Like, that's awesome to me.
Yeah, we get the classics. What about Nonchalant?
So the way that I've heard other very, very experienced people covering games and like just, you know, game journalists turned gaming personalities say it, like a lot of like forward advances are made by Sony and Microsoft, right? And like it's not that Nintendo is one step behind, it's that Nintendo's movement is lateral, like side to side, right? Like Brandon said, they'll pick up PlayStation games that you can't find. They'll port N64 games that may or may not work given the cartridge condition, right? They'll do stuff with, I mean, 1080p 60 was a standard for first-party Nintendo games during Wii U, right? Before we had 1080p 60 on modern consoles, right? Because 4K 30 is not a step back for me. It's just I don't like lower frame rates, right? So even if you give me 4K OLED, whatever, like the resolution doesn't matter if the game doesn't run well enough for me to play it, right? So it all depends on the way you look at it as a consumer.
Right.
If you want the tech heavy, like, you know, top of the line, like spec wise stuff, then
Yeah.
Microsoft or PlayStation will provide, right? But if you just like games because they play like in a very tight mechanical way,
Mhm.
and they have an aesthetic that you can enjoy with children, and you're a family person, I can't see a point in my life where a Nintendo piece of hardware is not in my house because at some point I'll have children, I'll have like nieces, nephews, little cousins, what have you. And like, there's no better foray. Like I was playing Yoshi's Crafted World, which I don't even like, with my little like niece, right?
Yeah.
And she was going crazy for it. And I was just like, that spark, that joy that children feel when they play Nintendo games.
Yeah.
You don't feel that way when you play a PlayStation or Xbox game when you're a kid. You know what I mean? When you're an adult, of course, that scratches the itch. But like,
Yeah.
I don't think they're.
I'm on live with 1VideoGameDude.
It's it's just lateral movement versus forward movement, right? That's the difference.
He's outside, buddy.
So, MDK, where did you say we should put our Switch?
You should put it in the trash right now.
Okay, yeah, I thought I was just confirming that I heard what I thought I heard. But all right, MDK says Switch is trash. Brandon says that's yeah, Nintendo is cool. Nonchalant says Nintendo is cool. But let me ask you guys, so we're kind of moving on to another topic really quick. And I'm sorry I'm kind of rushing it, but are you guys familiar, and we talked about it, or I talked about it a little bit right now, with cook groups? MDK?
You talking about the whole buying up all the systems?
Yeah, we had a cook group, a major cook group, that I'm not even gonna say their name because I don't want to give them exposure. But they bought up all the Halo Xboxes, and I know MDK, I know what you're gonna say. If you have an Xbox Series X, throw it in the trash. But
no.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't gonna say that.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say
because this is affecting. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say if you got an Xbox, you should just burn it because it's straight. No.
Okay, but MDK, the cook groups are also affecting PS5s, my friend. They're buying up all the stock. What do you think?
Okay, so the thing with that is like, if they're doing all this, shouldn't Microsoft see in their orders like, hey, like this person bought like 10, this other person bought 20, like shouldn't they see that?
They should see it, but they're not seeing it. I'm hoping they'll see it by Monday though, when I got the next update for you guys. But apparently so far they have not seen nothing.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's kind of messed up that, people that actually want the system, to have, you got to be fighting against these guys that got bots and all that, buying everything up. I mean, that's really kind of, messed up.
Yeah, and the man said, I didn't say throw it in the trash. I said burn it. Brandon White, what do you think about these cook groups buying up all the restocks, man?
I think it's complete garbage. Any kind of scalping situation is wrong, in my opinion, and that's just mine. But like, and also what he said was that they didn't even notice it. They don't care. They just want to sell systems. And that's also wrong, in my opinion. Like, they're just trying to sell their systems, and they're selling them. They're selling them damn right to scalpers. They don't care if somebody turns a profit or not. They're making money. And that's the bottom line. That's pretty much my opinion on it.
Yeah, and that's what kind of like really pisses me off, is that they're not really thinking about the consumer or like the loyal fan, whoever that Xbox fan out there, loyal Xbox fan that wants to get a Series X. They can't do it because of scalpers, but then Microsoft is like, whoa, we don't care if scalpers buy it. I mean, that's like, I agree with you guys. That's the message they're sending. But I would love to know what Nonchalant thinks. What do you think about these cook groups, man?
So there was a guy I was talking to on Twitter who was trying to get a few systems from Best Buy like a little while ago, and he secured one in-store pickup, right? And then the manager said, yeah, come over, get it. We're not going to hold it for you. We'll come get it. And then he tried to pick one up, and then 3 guys rushed to him at the customer service, and they're like, we got a phone call before yours, and we're holding this for a couple guys. And there were like 3 or 4 left, right? And so these code groups don't just take form online. I'm convinced there are people that work at these places that are in cahoots with like botters and things of that nature. You know what I mean? And like,
oh, you think there's some insiders, man?
There are people those are the worst people, in my opinion, right? People that have a job to sell something. Like, you can say what you will about like the big companies selling to scalpers. But you know what the big companies do, right, Matt? Like we've seen this. We talked about Total Tech with Best Buy, the Prime only reserved, systems for, purchase at Amazon. GameStop's Pro membership. Like the charge for getting this system, the barrier to entry is getting higher because the people that want to buy this stuff have to pay somebody more money than what it's worth, right?
Right.
And that's the real tragedy, because and their strategy essentially is like, well, someone's going to make more money, it might as well be us, right? And that goes to Brandon's point that they don't really care, because if they cared, then they would say like there was something on like the freaking, like the federal Congress was talking about what to do about reselling and scalping. Like the FTC is getting involved. Like people higher up are noticing this thing, and like I think it's hilarious because I'm sure they're trying to get stuff for their kids, and they're like, why are we paying more money for this stuff? You know what I mean? I'm sure it hits close to home when it hits your pockets, right? And so these people in power are being affected by it because they're consumers just like we are, and now they're having conversations about what to do about people scalping. And it's like I had a family member scalp a PS5, and I wouldn't talk to him for like 12 months. I was like really mad at him because like, yo, like you're taking this from somebody, like you were talking about, right? Like your someone's right to consume is being affected by your whole method, and your reason for making it is just more money. And it's like there are better ways to make money, guys, right? We can all agree on that. Scalpers are proving themselves to be very, very like parasitic, and they just don't go away, right? Not to say they're parasites.
They're like they're like the EMMI in Metroid Dread. They're always after that freaking Xbox, dude, or that PS5.
You gotta go through. They're
the ex-parasite.
They're the Emmy, and Samus is the hardware, right? So Samus is trying to get away from the bots, and the Emmys are like, yeah, give us that hardware. So
yeah. Last night I posted a meme on my Facebook, and it said it was an Emmy. It was an Emmy chasing me, and then I put when you're trying to avoid the X. And then
my god. And then Matt, your ex, dude.
I know, right?
She was on one of the streams. We're convinced she's there.
I know, man. She's there creeping. And I need to get that that charge beam ready. But really quick in the chat, Tech Mystique says, did anyone get the Walmart Halo Xbox drop Thursday, or was the Friday? Well, it was Thursday, Tech Mystique. And not gonna lie, the cook groups attacked that one as well, but not as bad as they did Microsoft. Jason Bourne says, nope, not he was responding to someone else. D Showtime 718 says, I had to get my Series X through Xbox All Access, even though I wanted the Halo edition. Oh my, okay, that's, well, I mean, Showtime, I mean, you got it through All Access, so that's what, $35 a month, but you're also getting you're gonna have Game Pass that whole time, paying monthly for it, and you're also going to pay you're gonna pay the same as if you bought 2 years worth of Game Pass and the Series X, but the difference is that you're making payments on it. But Showtime, thank you so much for hitting up the chat. I need to move on to a next topic, you guys, and this is gonna be a serious one. This is gonna be a little bit more crazier, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this. We'll start with MDK, what system, I know the answer already, what system do you recommend for everyone this holiday season?
Okay, you got a serious answer?
Yeah, serious answer.
No.
You were gonna see Amico or what? In television Amico?
Nah, I was ColecoVision. I recommend everybody get a Sega Dreamcast. That's what I recommend.
Really?
Yeah.
A Dreamcast.
Everybody pony up for a Dreamcast, a used Dreamcast. You can't get one.
That's interesting. That came out of left field. A Sega
Well, I mean, I'm a Sega fan first before a Sony fan. So yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, I got you, man. I got you. So forget the PS5, forget the Xbox, forget the Switch.
Yeah.
Get a Dreamcast. Yeah. What's your favorite?
Power Stone 2, Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, Blue Stinger. I mean, there's a bunch of games for Dreamcast, man.
What's Blue Stinger all about?
Soul Calibur.
In here, man. Yeah. MDK, we should play around a Soul Calibur. You probably whoop me, but that's fine.
You got Fantasy Star Online, the original.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that was
Um,
hard.
Fantasy Star.
Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's like
Marvel
so
vs.
many
Capcom
games.
3. Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Don't forget Code Veronica.
Code Veronica. Oh, yep, classic. Forgot about
Oh,
that one.
shit.
The original.
Shenmue. Yep, the first one.
How about Blue
Original.
Stinger?
Blue Stinger. Yep, that was a launch
So,
game. I actually had that game.
What's
That was a launch game.
What's Blue Stinger all about?
It's like a fake Resident Evil.
Oh no!
Oh, man.
What? It's a survival
Yeah.
horror
It's
game?
amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's okay, I guess. I mean, but I don't know. It's just really weird. You gotta play it.
I've never heard of this game.
Yeah, Blue Stinger. Yeah, look it up.
I'm definitely gonna
I
look
love the first Sonic on Genesis. For some reason, that game looks really good to me still.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. That game looks great.
Man,
Nice. Yeah.
Sonic came out what in '92?
Man, I was a year old when Sonic came out, and then I played it when I was like 7 or 8, and I was like, yo, like I like Mario, but Sonic, man, like
I mean,
seriously.
That's a game that holds up to this day, and that's like freaking insane. Thinking of like it's been over 3 decades, if you guys think about it, or close to 3 decades.
Sonic Mania was the truth. They basically remade Sonic 2. That was really good.
I was 45 years old when I played Sega Genesis, and it was a fun time. Brandon, what's the system you recommend for everyone this holiday season, my friend?
I would recommend anything that's, for one, on your use case, for two, affordable, and back to dude's comment there, I would agree on the Dreamcast because that had some of the best fucking games. I'm sorry, the best games I've ever played in my life. Like,
That's fine.
and you know what? They have ported Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 to different systems. So maybe you can get off your PlayStation bias just a little bit and maybe give the Switch or the Xbox a try, because there's a lot of Dreamcast games. They're in the works, I think. And I'm just kidding about the bias. But honestly, guys, just whatever, you guys can afford, whatever's in your means.
I can
They're all
afford.
good.
I can afford the Intellivision Amico. Am I gonna be good with that?
Yes.
Nice. I'm good then. I'll play it on my 13
I was
inch.
gonna send you a ColecoVision, but that's an upgrade.
I'm gonna drive to my nearest Walmart in my '92 Mitsubishi Galant and pick up a Intellivision Amico and a copy of ET for Atari, and I'll come back
Oh my
and
god.
I'll stream for you guys on my Windows 95. How does that sound?
Oh, please don't. No.
But
As long as you bring people food.
I know, right? Nonchalant, what's the system you recommend this year, my friend, for everyone?
Man, it really, I think Brendan hit it home. It's I think what you can afford is very important. If you can afford between an Xbox and a PlayStation, I would recommend PlayStation because more new games. If you're like an older person and you want a good value, then Game Pass is really solid, and the Steam Deck isn't out yet. So until the Steam Deck is out, I feel safe recommending the Xbox. To that use case, if you have a kid and you just like playing fun games that don't require much thinking, then Nintendo. I have multiple itches to scratch as a gamer, right? Like I like my like Dark Souls and like third party stuff, and then some PlayStation exclusives. Not all, some. So I have a PlayStation and a Switch, but yeah, it all depends on your use case, man. And like really, if I had to pick one right now, in terms of just straight volume of games, if you don't care about resolution, then like the Sega Genesis is on Switch now with the expansion pack, right?
Oh, it's back.
So-
It's no wait. It's not released yet.
Sega Genesis is gonna be out by November, I think.
Oh, okay.
So,
God damn
so
it!
the-
You give me a heart attack.
No, it's not.
They
out
have
yet.
an announcement to make about the new NSO updates.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that, I mean, it really just depends on, like I said, it depends on your use case. It depends on what you want. If they haven't, it's really hard for me to recommend a PS5 because that heatsink shrunk. You know what I mean? Like the new ones that people are going to get this holiday aren't the same as the launch ones we bought, and they cost the same amount of money, right? So like, if you're ponying up for a PS5, I'd reconsider and just get something that you can afford, right?
Like
And
can
Game Pass
afford
is
and
a great
can like
value.
and can it is I'm you know I'm sorry MDK, it's a good value, man. Game Pass is a good value. 400 games.
Yo, Rare Replay, come on now, Rare Replay, come on.
Junkie.
All the Dreamcast games that are on Xbox Game Pass, come on now. There's use cases for everything. It's not your use
Let
case.
me throw a twist into this.
Yeah.
It
Junkie.
appears that Nintendo Switch Online is going to be getting Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah.
And that's a Rare game. That's
Yeah.
owned by Rare and
So-
Microsoft.
So what?
And that's going to be coming to Switch.
Yeah,
It showed it in the trailer.
Yeah.
And
Xbox exclusive come to Switch before.
it's coming to Switch, but how different is it from the Rare Replay one? Well, Rare Replay never came to Switch. Is that the thing? that
Man,
we're
I think they're
talking about?
emulating N64. I think they're
Okay.
just emulating N64 games. That's my guess. And I
Yeah.
want to say that because if they emulate Rare Replay, that would be sick because those games are looking better, obviously, on Rare Replay. So, but I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. So until further notice, it's N64 emulation.
That's
Uh,
right.
Really quick, you guys. Junkie asked a good question in the chat. Junkie, what's going on, man? Says Switch. He's saying that Switch is planning 4K. Do you guys think Switch is planning 4K? I know that's a lot of like rumors going on right now.
There's a chip in the dock that is 4K compatible. If they optimize it for that purpose, it's preset
Yeah.
at it's preset. I think Spawnwave talked about this.
Yeah,
Or,
that there's something that in the new dock, right, that could make it like through an update or something.
That's not a rumor. That's some evidence there. That,
Yeah.
like they can. I mean, one day they just have a firmware update, and they're like, okay, now the dock does, or the output is shifted, right? Because they went from 4K, they went from Bluetooth wired to Bluetooth headsets, right? So all Nintendo has to do is maybe potentially flip a switch, and then on the Switch, got a little meta there, but yeah, they just have to like reset the preset settings somehow with the firmware update. I don't know how they do that, honestly, because the hardware is the hardware, right?
Can I
So,
share
yeah.
something with you guys?
What's up,
Yeah.
Brandon?
Okay. So I'd agree a little bit with Nan. And by the way, I love you, Nan.
Yeah.
But anyways,
love you too, dog.
okay. So Bloomberg put out an article saying that 11 plus companies have dev kits for Nintendo Switch in 4K. All right? And they
11?
even mentioned one of the names, 11. They even threw out one of the names on their Bloomberg report. It was Zynga Games. Yep. And
Yeah.
they have a now... Okay, so basically Bloomberg put out that report, and Nintendo denied it.
Right.
But the very next day, Nintendo's patent for DLSS, which I don't know exactly how it works, but it's pretty much upscaling AI. They put that out, their patent out the next day, or at least it got shown online. So I don't know if it's going to be the Switch OLED with the dock update, or if it's going to be a next gen system, but I definitely think 4K is in the works.
I think if they come out with another model in like 2 or 3 years that's like a docked Switch primarily that does 4K output, I see that happening, honestly. Or I see a completely new piece of hardware coming out. But here's the thing, like Doug Bowser even said that in like an interview, like this was a year ago, maybe a year plus, he was like, Nintendo's in the process of rethinking console life cycles, and they want to keep hardware going for as long as they can. The problem here is the OLED is not a hardware update, right? It's just a visual like upgrade from the screen, right? So
Right.
the next upgrade could be the one that the Switch Pro is going to be, and then maybe they just keep I talked to Al Bundy about this, like they could have like an iPhone type scenario where they just put out new Switches every couple of years, right? As opposed to like a new model that they have to back for 7 to 8, and then hardware gets better, and then they have to like recenter and like retool their hardware to come out with something that is on par with whatever 7 years down the line will be, right? And research and development for consoles happens like pretty early on to the previous console's life cycle. So whatever they're planning, they've been planning longer than 2017, right? So
Right.
Whatever's coming is coming.
Reiterative.
Yeah, they're gonna reiterate all of this in a very powerful way. And honestly, Switch has sold almost 89 million units. So that's a lot of trash.
So,
It's over that, bro.
Really quick, you guys, Jucky and Birdman are making actually a good point here. There is something going on with the Switch, even though the dock is ready to go, and we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But MDK, I need to ask MDK really quick. MDK, do you give a shit that Switch has 4K ever, or you just don't care?
I mean, no, that shit is fucking trash, bro.
I was expecting that answer. I just wanted to make sure,
Well, okay. Serious question. I think the Switch OLED was just like a stopgap. Like, I think it's time for Nintendo to make a new system already. I'm not understanding why they didn't just make a new system.
Can I say something?
Yeah, what?
Jason.
Yeah.
I know you don't care about Nintendo, but if you look at their past reiterations and versions of like the 3DS, pretty much the 3DS and the DS, they do slightly minor upgrades, and that's just the way they worked. But I would agree with you that we're ready for them to move on.
I don't know. It's been 4 years, guys. Like, I think a console cycle should be at least 6 or 7 years, because I don't have that much money to throw away every couple of years. So I don't know.
I need to agree with Jason though, you guys. I'm gonna agree with Jason because Nintendo really. I mean, I understand. Like, yeah, I know it's only been like the Switch was released 7 years ago?
No, 4 years ago.
It feels like 7 with the freaking outdated graphics they're giving us. But
Oh
anyways, I'm gonna agree with MDK, man.
Salty.
Nintendo needs to step it up a little bit. I love their franchises. I have a lot of nostalgia for Nintendo, but they're falling behind, man. And that's just my opinion.
You know what my answer is to that, though, Matt?
What's up?
They're gonna keep producing like the baseline specs that they have until it's not cost effective anymore. At some point, it's more expensive to make older parts, but at some point, before that, it's cheaper to make them, right? So they keep a price point at $300. They don't want to go to $400, $500. They want something cost effective, right? Like, maybe we never get that, or maybe we get some version of that, like the Switch OLED. But I'm sure it hurt somebody up in Nintendo, like, yo, we're gonna ask for $50 more for this thing, and we're not even going to 4K. I'm sure they had these discussions. They're smart people, you know what I mean?
Right. And really quick, you guys. So Birdman and Jucky in the chat, they were saying that Nintendo Switch OLED, their bandwidth isn't legitimate, meaning they can't handle 4K, even if the dock is compatible with their current Switch, anyways. And they're also saying that Birdman says Nintendo disabled the feature, so it's kind of irrelevant right now. So what do you guys think Nintendo could do if their dock is showing evidence of being able to handle 4K? What do you guys think they're gonna do? I kind of have an idea.
Can I start out first with this? Because I have some info.
Okay.
All right. So the Tegra X1 chip.
It's an old ass chip.
In the original. Yes, it is an old ass chip. It was actually out in 2015. That was when that chip first came out. Okay, the Tegra X1 chip that's in the Switch Lite, the normal Switch, the Switch V2, and the Switch OLED can output at 4K 30. Okay, it can do 4K 30 right now, but it would get too hot to do it right now. That's part of the reason. And I don't know why they're doing these like minor little upgrades, but I think it's coming. Like right now, it's only capable of doing that in a safe manner.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to see 4K 60 for older games, and we're starting to see 4K 30 being the standard. So they'll probably need an upgrade on the chips. But there's also a chip shortage right now, right? We didn't talk about that.
Right.
Like, there's a massive chip shortage on the new stuff that people have ordered in. So,
And that's also
this pandemic is screwing everything up, guys. We don't talk about it, but like, you know what I mean? Like, they had to. I think a part of them had to do something to capitalize because they bought these OLED screens way back, like 2 years ago at least, right? Like there were stories about Nintendo buying out Samsung's OLED screens, like, you know, back in 2019, and then the Switch Pro rumors got really hot, and then the pandemic happened, and then the chip shortage, and so you have a lot of forces external to the company that are forcing their hand, and then it's just Nintendo. I think with the handheld stuff, like there were like 4 different 3DSs, right? Like it's just what they do. And so they're like, we've done this before and we've been successful, so who's gonna stop us, right? So to answer Matt's question, what are they gonna do? Like that's really the question everyone always asks. Like Bloomberg asks, and then they answer back with, you know, evidence they acquire, right? And then Nintendo says, we're a company, you know, F you guys, we do what we want, right? They're very defiant when it comes to people trying to dictate their trajectory, you know? And I like that about them. I truly like that about them. Like, as a company, like, it gives them a face. It gives them a personality. Like, it's like, hey, to be clear, we do what we want and we sell it. We, like someone said it on a podcast or something. A lot of other companies like Xbox and PlayStation will be like, you're going to love what we have for you, right? Or no, we're going to give you what you want, right? And Nintendo's the only company saying, you're going to want what we give you. Right.
That's right.
That's the difference, and people want it. Like, so it sells.
So let me ask.
I have 4 Switches.
Hey, that's a lot of Switches.
Still got the OLED.
Yeah, and I know you, Brandon. I know you got family and stuff, right? So you share it with your family and stuff.
What?
No, I know you have family, so like you share the Switches with your son and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
we've been playing WarioWare.
Okay, I was kind of scared that you were gonna say no. I got 4 Switches and for myself, and I was like, wait, what?
Brandon's like the tech version of the crazy cat lady. Like, just bring them all in.
So,
hey, you want to say hi, guys? Hold on, D wants to say hi, guys. Say hi.
Who is it?
Hello,
One video
Governor.
game dude.
What's up? One video game dude. What's up, guys?
He just said hi. He's playing Mario Maker on his 2DS right now. He has Metroid Dread. And he's playing on his 2DS right now.
Such a freaking amazing game. But really quick, you guys, MDK, let me ask you something, man.
Yeah.
If I ask you anything Nintendo related, will you ever give a damn?
No, I'll give a damn. Go ahead, man.
I actually forgot what I was gonna ask. Oh no, what I was actually gonna make a point of, and I'm gonna make a little bit of a prediction here. So when I was asking you guys, what do you think Nintendo will do if their dock is able to do 4K? What I'm thinking, and let me know what you guys think. We'll start with MDK. I believe, you guys, the reason that we have so many of these docks out in the public right now, we got the original dock, we got the new Nintendo Switch OLED dock. What if Nintendo just decides one day to release the portable version, like kind of like the Switch Lite, right?
Lite.
If they just release something like the Lite, where they can say you can dock it if you want 4K, or you can play it on the go in 1080p. Like, why release another dock that's capable of 4K if all these docks, specifically the Nintendo Switch OLED docks, are able to output 4K? They could legitimately just release the light version of it, or like the portable part of it, without the dock included.
In my heart of hearts, I really want a Switch XL.
Yeah.
I want like a big OLED,
screen. Yeah.
A big screen, because like that would also confirm prediction, right? They're just gonna keep putting out like tablets with different screen sizes, and then either join Joy-Cons or detachable Joy-Cons, right?
Right.
Honestly, I just want better Joy-Cons, guys. I think the Joy-Cons are awful. I'll
Yeah.
say that, and I
They
like
are.
Nintendo.
They
The Joy-Cons are awful.
they are
They
awful.
suck.
Nintendo came out saying that they don't have a remedy for drifts, but that they're kind of, I don't know what the hell their remedy for it was. They're just saying, yeah,
My
it's a
Joy-Cons
problem.
drifted, and I thought something was wrong with my Switch, so I traded it in, and they took it. It didn't drift when the GameStop guy was testing it out, so they took it from me, and then I just bought. I went to Best Buy, and I put money down on like a Switch Lite, and then yeah, that was it. That's my story, guys. That's why I got the OLED, because I have a Switch Lite. You know, like it's a big upgrade for me. So
Don, let me tell
Yeah.
you something. I started out with the Switch Lite, and I haven't had drift in since its launch.
yeah, I haven't had drifting
My
on
son's
that. Yeah. Oh
my
yeah, we talked
son's-
about this. Yeah. Yeah.
my son's Switch Lite started drifting, and I got a fix for that. So if you need to add me on Facebook, I can help you walk you through that. I mean,
I'm not on
it's worth a
Facebook, but
shot.
I'll join Discord. We'll talk about it. But right now, none of them are drifting, and apparently, like the new ones that come with the OLED and the Skyward Sword ones don't drift at all. Very rarely they drift at all. I mean,
Yeah.
but wear and tear is going to prove them they're going to drift
Oh.
eventually. I just want bigger Joy-Cons because I have big hands.
Yeah, and you know, guys, I gotta tell you something. That drift is not limited to Joy-Cons, by the way. It's also, it happened to me for the Xbox One and also for PS4. But do you guys?
Really?
Yeah, did you guys know that you can get free Joy-Cons for life from Nintendo?
Yeah, but
Okay.
they won't sell you.
I have a
if
video on
you
that.
Don't get this. You don't get the special. Oh yeah, no, plug the video. Shameless plug.
Shameless
But,
plug. Remember to sub.
Yeah, but they won't. I'm really scared for my Skyward Sword Joy-Cons because they may not give them back to me, like the same ones. Because
Oh,
at some
like-
point they might stop making them.
Right. You think they'll just send you like the regular ones?
Somebody sent in their Animal Crossing ones and they got back regular ones.
No.
Did
They're-
you
they're
you
gonna-
already have to send in
They're gonna send you
your
the
Skyward Sword ones?
No, I haven't used them yet because I have a light and my OLED's coming tomorrow.
imagine sending, guys in the chat, let me know. Imagine sending in your Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons Zelda edition and getting back Splatoon pink versions.
Hey, I keep those. Those are rare.
Yeah, they actually are pretty rare. But guys,
those are pretty rare.
yeah, I need to start winding down the stream. I'm sorry, guys, but as a way to end the stream, MDK, we're gonna start with you, my friend. Do you want to say anything to us, man? Do you have a YouTube channel you want to plug? You guys can do it.
I mean, I do have a YouTube, but there's nothing really on it. I work 24/7, so I don't have time to do anything, man.
Yeah. Do you want to
That's
say
why it's
anything
so much
about how,
money.
like, you know, I don't know, like we should throw our Switches in the trash and our Series X systems in a furnace?
No, I mean, I do own a Switch, so you know.
Oh, okay. Oh, you do though. You didn't throw it in the trash.
Yeah. Not yet.
Oh, we
man.
love you.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm actually playing Luigi's Mansion. I'm actually stuck finding that damn ghost dog. I'm actually stuck on that part.
That part's annoying.
Yeah.
That part's really annoying.
yeah,
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion is hella fun. Anything you want to say, Brandon,
It's
before
amazing.
we exit tonight? Beside the
Yeah. Luigi's Mansion is great. Another thing I just want to say, no hard feelings. I love this channel, and like I said, like GamerDude said, everybody's welcome.
Yep.
And you know, no bias. Let's just all be cool here.
Yep.
I love you, man. I love you guys. Nonchalant, anything you want to say before we exit?
And keep playing video games, guys. Keep the dream alive. We're out here because we love gaming, right? Like it's the whole point. So just keep playing what you're playing. Play what you play. Like what you like. Live and let live.
Oh yeah.
Peace, love, and you know, more peace and love to all y'all out there. Shout out Mr. Poke Player. We were DMing the other night, and like he was really supportive of me getting an OLED, and I was actually thinking about canceling it again, Matt, because I had the same problem.
Yeah.
I almost had the same problem. I paid off my credit card this month, so I'm good. But
Nice.
So yeah, no, I like to pay my credit card off totally because I don't like interest on my debt.
Yeah.
So we're good. We're good this month. It's just I'm gonna have to live like, you know, a semi like within my means.
Oh
So
yeah, dude. Like I'm having to eat beef jerky all week this week.
that's sick. That's fun. Make it like enjoyable, right? Whatever you do, have fun with it, right? Like even if you're living within your means, doesn't mean you can't have fun, right? Like just because you don't
Yeah.
have video games doesn't mean you can't get on a stream and watch somebody play. Keep the dream alive, man. Like live and let live. Like what you like. Be who you are. So that's all I got.
Nice, nice, man. Guys, thank you so much for being here, man. Love you guys so much. Um, and yeah, thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, you guys can come back, man. I would love to have you guys back as well. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. And until we see you next time, stay safe, stay awesome. You're cool, guys. We're gonna see you later, man. Yeah.